who currently sit atop the standings in Love Volleyball Season 1, Week 4. This is the battle for the top. You win here and you'll carry momentum into Week 5. Welcome inside, everybody. Kevin Barnett alongside Shelby Coppage for match number 2, Omaha, Atlanta. Shelby, tell me, does offense or defense carry this match?
Completely split for Omaha. It's defense. Libero Justine Wong-orantes has to be covering the entire court from serve receive and mainly attacking because Atlanta's outside Mackenzie Adams went off against Salt Lake. They swept Salt Lake and she had 13 kills. It's going to be an incredible matchup with these two on the floor.
That'll take us to our Adidas scouting report as the teams have taken the floor.
For Omaha, middle blocker Candelaria Herrera is the best blocker, number 3 in the league. And she has to stop Mackenzie Adams. She is absolutely their best chance to get Adams to slow down her different shots. For Atlanta, setter Rachel Fairbanks has to replicate last night's performance. She even called her own number a few times. You would have thought that she had been playing with her middles for years. That's how much chemistry Fairbanks on your screen was showing.
Speaking of the middles, late change. Magda Yelasheva, number 15, has been getting the start. The one-time Washington State star is out. Kayla Hainline back in, a name you may not know unless you are a fan of UNI. That's University of Northern Iowa several years back. Now in her 9th season and recently started with the national team, getting in that gym. So that's an important change for that particular group. Tessa Grubbs has been a surprise at opposite. Both teams will deploy the 6-2, which is a unique feature of Love Volleyball.
We've seen this 6-2 kind of all over Love, and that's been happening a lot in collegiate as well, and you can see why. They are seeing the pros do this back to that 6-2, utilizing more hitters, not relying so much on the setter to take control offensively.
Yeah, on the Omaha side here, Laura Dykma, one of the international features at the setter position, long time international star as well as Olympian. Jaylee Winters, maybe the fly under the radar player there for a lot of volleyball fans at Creighton, had an exceptional career there, has been playing professionally. And Emily Fader is making a believer out of lots of folks with her blocking in the middle. Had a terrific season at Athletes Unlimited and has rolled that success right here into Love play for Omaha. So Love Omaha in the blue and green on the left-hand side of your screen. On the right, the home side, Love Atlanta. There, a look at Laura Dykma, the Netherlands setter, was actually not selected for this last Olympic Games and filled as an assistant coach for some time leading up to the Olympics, as that team made another appearance in that every 4 years event. Rachel Fairbanks, fresh out of college, as mentioned by Shelby, will be back to serve. That will put their opposite Tessa Grubbs up front. 6-2 means you'll see 2 setters and 2 opposites throughout play from both sides. We're underway. Larson, overhand reception, and right away to the middle. That will be a beautiful delivery to Candelaria Herrera.
Running through the middle is the best way to start a match. It shows your opponent that you are in control with serve receive, with the tempo, everything going right.
Why pro volleyball is fun. That was an all-Olympic point right there. Fairbanks, and a big block right away from Herrera. We were earlier in the week in Madison, and Matt Furbringer could not talk enough about the blocking of this player in Omaha.
And that's the key for Omaha, is Herrera, and she already had a kill, now a block, doing it all in the first 2 points.
Larson serves. That ball popped inside and dug up. Justine Wong-orantes with the dig. Grubbs, good coverage, back row, and another block. Count that block for Kimberly Drobniak.
Not just any block from Drobniak, but the player of the match from last night, Mackenzie Adams, coming in from the back and completely being shut down with that triple block.
Yeah, you know, she featured on the scouting report. There's an ace serve from Jordan Larson. We said Olympians matter. We've seen an ace from an Olympian. We've seen set delivery to another Olympian in the middle, and already it's 4-0 Omaha, the aggressor. Experience paying off for the visiting side. Can Atlanta get off the mat here? 4-0. Sometimes feels worse than it really is.
Hey, do you need a hand? Yeah. How many you got left? 2. Okay. Up. Okay, that's it, that's it. You said 2 more. You can do it. Come on. Yes, yes, yes. So close, so close. Oh, nice. Whew. Thank you.
Well done.
I barely touched that. Nice to meet you, though.
League One Volleyball is presented by Adidas and by the Love Classic. Tickets now available for the Love Classic February 14th to 16th. Head on over to LOVBclassic.com for more details. Grab your session pass, grab your day pass, and bring your best look to Kansas City in 2 weeks' time. A look at Susie Fritz in her first season, as everyone is here. Former K-State head coach, 22 seasons at the helm there, 18 NCAA appearances, multiple All-Americans, and a part of that USAV development program, now getting a rebirth as a professional coach. After getting a call following K-State from another coach asking her, what are you doing? I want you to come out and be a part of my program. Well, I got to mow the lawn right now, but we can talk about it after that, Susie Fritz said.
I didn't realize that was a conversation before she made her way to Arkansas. Hey, it's always a good story when you ask.
Susie Fritz on the Omaha sidelines, watching her team get out to a wonderful 4-0 start with a Jordan Larson ace this last time. And she goes deep. Good strategy, but just missed.
First error for Omaha, but they could not have had a better start. And the biggest thing was that energy, the momentum, the thing that we were saying was needed most from the last match with Austin and Salt Lake.
3-time medalist back to serve Kelsey Cook. That ball chopped inside, dug up. Grubbs. Good high contact point. Does she get it back? Yes, she does. And a little redirect right into the face of a charging Dijkma. Everyone hates that play when you get hit in the face, but especially when you're charging at the ball.
That could not feel good, especially with how much power Tessa Grubbs is throwing down.
Gave herself an uppercut. Everyone's had that happen. Cook back to the line, 4-2. Atlanta back in some rhythm here. Good soft touch opportunity. Push to the net. Fairbanks delivers to Adams, and she once again gets the kill. Coming off that exceptional evening last night, Mackenzie Adams warms up with the football and gets herself ready to go. Finished with 13 kills, hit .650. Tip, pancake was good. Fairbanks with the left hand. And challenge called. This is how the challenge system works. If you want to challenge something that occurs mid-rally within 8 seconds, you must punch it. Susie Fritz does that, and she will challenge ball up or down. Utilizing the Hawkeye replay system, 17 dedicated cameras throughout. You can challenge ball in or out, ball touch, net fault, or ball up or down. And what do you think?
I thought it was down from the start, even before this shot, which to me proves the point even more. I never saw a touch, did you?
Not there, and the referees agree. Good challenge by Susie Fritz, point Omaha. Look at the cameras there, 17 of them dedicated. You'll see high def, they can zoom in. As you saw the slow-mo there, good frame rate, an excellent system that's really helped to take some of the back and forth, some of the arguments out of the game. Grubbs getting a lot of opportunity early. She converts that one. Tessa Grubbs, a seasoned pro, originally out of Tennessee, grew up in Tegakay, South Carolina. MVP honors in the Swiss League a season ago. Kayla Hainline to serve. Quick, Thader.
Emily Thader picking the perfect spot on the floor, showing that connection with her setters, already knowing where that ball is going to be in the air from Dijkma before her approach even goes.
Emily Thader coming off a 2024 French League title as the double sub is deployed. Gabby Blossom into the back row, one-time USD star. Tia Jimerson converts off a good pass. As is pretty usual with volleyball, teams going to the middle early.
And that just shows that the team's in system. That's why it's so important to have a good serve-receive pass, which Adams gave right on Fairbanks' head.
Tessa Grubbs, one of the toughest serves in the league. And she nets an ace. What is it about her serve that is so difficult to handle?
It's really how much it moves at last second. It's kind of like a pitcher throwing a curveball. It looks like it's coming right at your platforms, and last second moves to your left or to your right. You have to make sure you're completely stopped when contact happens.
Full hybrid serve, not quite a top spin, not quite a float. And no top spin on that. Justine Wong-orantes lays off it. The Olympian, multiple-time medalist, lets it go.
And it evens out when a server has an ace and an error, but Tessa Grubbs is that player where you want her rotation to extend.
Oh, Adams gets on that one quick. Mackenzie Adams played collegiate ball at UTSA. And by collegiate ball, I mean volleyball and then basketball. And we're trying to get her a football contract yesterday.
Pop quiz, what was her school's mascot, UTSA?
Oh, I remember from yesterday, Road Runners.
Nice memory.
Only because you told me.
Still good memory.
Tip over the top. That one's good. Thader with 2 kills. And you'll notice Lauren Stivrins, if you're a fan of Nebraska volleyball, one-time middle blocker, now playing opposite. Away Thader steps back to serve. University of Missouri now in her 8th professional season. Jimerson tries to manage that one, but ends up underneath the net. So a couple of mistakes here off some ball handling has Atlanta off balance. And head coach Paulo Coco calms himself by consulting the bench. (9-7) Omaha. First set action. Big long tip, opportunity here for Omaha, not taken. Jimerson, good scoop. She'll get it right back, and that's how you do it from the middle blocker spot. Oh, look at Paulo Coco. Multiple Brazilian titles, one-time setter. Brazilian Cup champion last season, assistant on the Brazilian national team since 2003. A talented and respected trainer for whom we have some excitement. Kelsey Cook super excited to play for Paulo Coco, played against him, and now gets the opportunity to join him on this journey. I know a lot of the coaches expressed excitement to be here in the States and have this opportunity to join the league.
And just talking to the staff of Love, it's just, who've also coached overseas, it's just so much different how the environment, what the coaches' relationships are like with the players.
Yeah, and ownership, they're valued.
Valued, yep.
They're allowed not to have the panic button be pressed immediately after a loss. The overseas system filled with a lot of stress. Larson tries to go high hands instead. It's transition opportunity, and Fairbanks calls her own number.
I like Fairbanks calling her own number before her team even has 10 points in the match. Yesterday, she started to get more comfortable in that second and third set, but she's showing, nope, I'm facing the best libero in the world, multiple Olympians across the net. I'm still going to dump on them.
Oh, pulling one out of her pocket is Adams. Smartly done there by Cook. That's a dangerous play for everyone involved. This contact, 11-9, Omaha. So they're back in that scoring rotation where they started with a 4-0 lead. Omaha with Larson at the line. Wong-orantes got it. Larson brings it back. What a run. High flat winner from Kelsey Cook. One-time Kelsey Robinson, now married to Brian Cook for several years.
So much precision in Cook's swing. I thought this ball had to have been going out, but she barely gets those fingertips.
Overpass to the back line. No, it's long from Hainline.
Hayline not able to put away that free ball given to her by Omaha. Something you will not see often from that Omaha team. Got to use every chance you get.
Candelaria Herrera, an Olympian in Tokyo for Argentina. They have such a hard time getting out of that zone. Long delivery to Grubbs, who gives Drevniak a little head music. That one kicked up. A wild rally. Ends with a corner winner. How about that? One off the face, one off the foot, and a winner for Omaha, who celebrates.
MVP of the play to Jordan Drevniak. Just reaction off the head, but still staying in the court. But right back to base. She does not stop. She's going back for that block, making sure her form is perfect.
She's talking to Mackenzie Adams right now before the reception. They're laughing at each other. Another good soft touch. Drevniak gets it back. The lefty. Got it. You have to love the sisterhood that even while the co-opetition is going on, they are competing at a high level. They are enjoying each other. And they are having a good time being a part of this initial journey.
And it was fun being at the serve and pass because Atlanta came on as Omaha was leaving, and Drevniak and Adams were so excited to see each other, having played together internationally. That's my personal favorite thing about Love, is you're seeing American players with international players that have already been together for years, bringing that relationship here in Atlanta, and we can all see it.
It's been interesting to talk to many of the American players who have so much experience overseas. I was talking to Emily Thader about this. I talked to Kelsey Cook about this and said, what's it like to be the domestic player now? And a lot of them put the focus on the foreign players. Said, listen, we know what it's like to go over and here's your apartment, here's your car, practice is at 3. And you have to figure the rest out.
Yeah.
And instead, they have been providing answers and information because they know what it's like to come to a country and not know anything about how to get the basics done.
Just like Salt Lake Fisher's rookie, Sophie Fisher, she is a rookie helping Kojima, a veteran in the world, adjust to USA.
Down the line, we've seen some heaters in this one. It's living up to expectations with the top 2 teams. Tessa Grubbs lighting it up. She put 17 on Austin earlier this year. You'll see high flat, you'll see hard cross, and of course that serve from Grubbs. High tip over the top. How did that go down?
Reed, it's all in the rear now for Omaha. They're being really confident with where they're putting that shots. And Winters is reading the court, making sure she knows that no defensive players for Atlanta are in the middle.
Deep corner winner from Jimerson. You know, Jimerson reminds me of is Obagu. Her quickness off the floor, very similar.
Yeah, both so springy. Jimerson and Bagu are so fast and athletic. And sometimes with the middles, you can see them not being as athletic as the outsides when it comes to approaches. Not these two. They're all over it. I think they could be pin hitters.
We've seen Gabby Blossom and Lauren Stivrins come in the double sub on one side. This is Maddie Bug entering the match with Danielle Catino. Catino was positively ferocious offensively last night. Block covered, not well enough. That's another stuff block for Emily Thader. And that's middle and middle when they're blocking. Stivrins on the right. Reminds me a lot of Alessandro Fay on the men's side. Performed exceptionally at both positions for Sicily Treviso as well as the national team forever for Italy. Bug, Patino covered this time. Stivrins all over her defensive responsibility. Jordan Larson wants a call, said that ball was out. No challenge, play on. Pinoy can't hit, she'll have to pass it over. Thader coming fast, but a little too fast. That ball is long, no touch. And a lot of incredulity from the women in green. Challenge, I heard the alarm and now indicated.
Almost the entire Omaha team yelled when they thought the ball touched the antenna. But Susie Fritz turned to her assistant coaches, and I saw the head shake, so I think that's where she decided not to go with that challenge, at least in the first part of the play.
Christian Kryzak, our R1, indicates we will have a challenge here. What do you think there? Give us the
I'm trying to see the full
vision.
thing. This is better. Okay. Good. Oh, yeah. Definitely touch index finger. Excuse me, pointer finger right there. Left hand of Jimerson. Looks pretty clear to me.
And nope.
No,
not clear
wow.
at all.
That's really interesting. Did you see a touch on that finger?
Well, I'm not going to step in it. I mean, post. Of course I didn't see a touch. Now I'm right.
Come on, I would have said it still.
Adams to the line. Tough jumper fought off perfectly by Winters. Cook, high flat. No, not this time. Stivrins and Vader. Was that Vader all by herself?
I think Vader did get the touch on this, but she was pretty close to Stivrins. Oh yeah, but it was Vader's inside hand of the court, making sure it didn't move once contact was made.
Full block for number 2 in the stat sheet. Patino right side, she'll chip that one off the middle block of Herrera. Atlanta hanging tough, but they need to start making some progress. How can they do it here? How can they get back to even at the late point in the set?
Keep going through your middles.
Okay.
Coutinho, Jimerson, these are two very thorough hitters. They're really effective, they're efficient, but it all depends on the passing, if they can get to them.
Larson, textbook delivery. Candelaria Herrera. Played pro Argentina and France, best middle blocker in the South American Championships a couple of years ago.
One middle picking on another. Nothing Jimerson could have done. She was in her base, she got low, but you gotta expect that ball coming to you.
Now she has all that Argentinian history, but you might recognize her name. Played at Iowa State during her time here in the States for college. Drevniak and Herrera, one of them into the net. Drevniak, I think, saying it was her. A lot of serving of the Olympians so far. Larson with a number of balls, Cook with a number of balls. I might find a different target. Fairbanks returns. Grubbs back in as well. Yeah, working on Larson once again. And she, again, has the offense clicking. Drevniak with the kill.
And Drevniak has such an interesting way of where her hand meets the ball. It kind of looks like a float hit at times. She just hits it so hard, and then she can freeze her hand to make that ball go even deeper.
Larson, short serve. Delivery to the middle, you called for it, and there it is.
I thought that ball was going out from Ofebu, but she was so purposeful in where she put it, not worried about the snap in her wrist.
Oni Ofebu, out of Oregon. Getting her first action of the Young Love season. Of course, Ofebu part of that Love 6 that has come into the league. And it's actually Love 7 if you count her setter, Rachel Fairbanks, who's been added because there was an injury to Marta Beckes. Tip over the top, and that one is good.
And Winters is another player on the court that didn't play at a huge university. Creighton has an amazing volleyball program, but she's one of those players that has built that name for Creighton, and you can see why, how offensive she is.
Yeah, 4-time All-American for Kirsten Bernthal Booth there, has played professionally in Spain, Greece, and France, an experienced pro at this point, and that's unfortunate. Miss serve well into the net.
Creighton, who was taken down by Penn State, who obviously went on to win the national championship this season, but Kirsten Bernthal Booth has done so much for the program, for volleyball in general. Great to have coaches like her.
Yeah, you can substitute Mark Few for her name for Kirsten Bernthal Booth, and Gonzaga for Creighton. Very similar path. Is out of the back row. Standing in once again is the Omaha defense. It is dangerous out there. There's some hitting going on. Dykma stands in. Drevniak finishes it off.
Watch the body language for Omaha. They're only up 3 points. You would think they are owning Atlanta in this set. They are so confident. They are not worried about anything. Even when they get a dig off their shoulder, their face, they're going with it. Similar to Omaha's attitude is Salt Lake's middle blocker, Haley Washington. That's that kind of presence she brings when she's on the floor.
Omaha just one loss on the season. It was a 3-0 blanking at the hands of Austin. And that happened on their home floor.
So 2 errors now for Tessa Grubbs in this first set. Again, she is that server that Paulo Coco would love to her to go on a run. She has a very unique serve.
Winters at the line. Ooh, that might have been in, might have been out. Played up. Adams goes sharp, and wong-orantes immediately says, my fault. She was in behind the block.
And Adams is going to get hers, but what Atlanta is doing a good job right now is the spread of the wealth. Fairbanks knows Omaha has been watching that Adams is going to get a lot of balls, and she's really spreading it out right now.
All right, substitution. There'll be no setter on the floor at the moment. Fairbanks will go out, Catino in. So everybody has to be real clear about the setting responsibilities here in transition. Going big at the net, Atlanta. wong-orantes, perfect pass. Forget about it. Best passer at the 2021 Olympics. Justine wong-orantes, a great story because a few years before she was really having problems passing, was not necessarily in the mix at libero. They were searching on Team USA. Flash forward a couple of years, an extra year to wait to get to those Olympic Games, and Justine wong-orantes is exceptional and has been since. Block. Omaha pumped up all the way to a set point here. 24-21. Their block has really come to play here in this first. And a challenge called by Atlanta. So Christian Krazak real busy in this first set. Looking for a net fault here. That's Jordan Larson in the left front.
I didn't see it. And I've been wrong already. Personally did not see that net move, though.
Hey, don't get shot. You hit one ball out, you got to come back, take another swing, all right?
I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
I mean, come on, that net's not moving.
All right.
There we go.
You're 1 kill, 1 error on 2.
All right,
You're
I'll
hitting
take
0.
it.
Good job.
It's a wash.
It's early, don't worry. Set point, Omaha. Overpass. Defense twice. Fairbanks. She saved it. Cook trying to put it away, and she does. Give that point to Rachel Fairbanks.
Rachel Fairbanks, what rookie. She is all over this ball, protecting not only the bad pass from her teammate, but also that ball coming back at her from Omaha.
Set point once again. Done and dusted. Each setter with a kill in the set. Laura Dykma's first ends up being the winner. 25-21. Omaha is the aggressor here in the ATL. On the strength of 5 blocks and a .460 hitting percentage, Omaha is laying claim to the best team in the league. How will Atlanta respond?
It's really amazing because when I was coming up, it wasn't like this, and it's just really cool to see the representation being here and like allowing these girls to know like you can do this. It's really amazing because when I was coming up, it wasn't like this, and it's just really cool to see the representation being here and like allowing these girls to know like you can do this. So it's really fun because sports shouldn't have a limitation. It's for everyone, and volleyball especially, a great team sport, so it's awesome.
As Black History Month begins, it's good to see Black women playing a continued big role professionally and on the national team in the sport of volleyball.
And I mean, looking at the court, I see people of all over, and it's just awesome how they all come together. And Danielle Cantina is one of my favorites to watch.
Fantastic first set score, 25-21. Coutinho and Atlanta trying to respond. Do you feel like the score fit the feel of that first set?
Absolutely not. The body language, the mood, the attitude of Omaha. You would think they owned Atlanta, and they're also playing like Omaha's in their home gym. Atlanta's only 4 points down that first set. They need to pick it up energy-wise.
Kevin Barnett alongside Shelby Coppage as we start set number 2, and it's a miss on the right side from Tessa Grubbs. And a little bit of frustration from Grubbs after that attack. Three of 8 so far for the opposite. That ball too tight to the net. Another opportunity for Omaha. Fairbanks, more top shelf defense. And this time, Grubbs reaches and scores.
Grubbs bringing the energy this second set to Atlanta, which they desperately needed the last half of that first set. And again, Grubbs just meets that ball so high. She's fully coming down on it over the net.
Perfect delivery to the outside. Adams even better spot defensively. But they get her again, a 6th block for Omaha. They had 5 in the first, and they'll add to their total.
And blocks are just so personal. They're in your face. They're shutting down. They're shutting up your team. The whole bench from Omaha is into it.
Here's where they started 4-0 in the first set. Larson at the line. Tip thrown back. Those 6 blocks don't even cover all these soft blocks and returns, 3 of them in this rally. Quick overhead, Doug, is it in play? Yes, it is. Cook plays it. Can Omaha make them pay? Drevniak. Got it. A lot of volleyball for 3-1.
Yeah, a lot going on back and forth. Drevniak able to find Cook in the back row. I thought this ball was going out. Didn't see a touch right there, but she hits that fast to where you have no choice but to touch that if you're in the lane. Yesterday's
hero, Mackenzie Adams, has been subbed out for Gia Day, number 77, who comes in and sees service right away. Jimerson, crossbody winner. So Gia Day, the experienced veteran out of Baylor, is the new addition on the ATL side. She will remain in the front row with Jimerson, and now coming back into the match, that double sub. Coutinho and Bug. Long set, Drevniak, open space, but Gia Day impactful immediately. The former Michigan Gatorade Player of the Year.
Gia Day giving Omaha a taste of their own medicine with that statement block.
Wong-orantes again on the money with the pass. Where do you go? Coutinho high, off the hands, covers herself. Day, first swing. Yes. I thought there was a touch there. No touch called, no challenge issued, so an error. 4-3. Herrera takes her time. Jimerson puts it away, first ball side out. The serving works like this. The moment the ball goes down, there is a 15-second service clock for you to be recognized by the referee. At that point, you have 8 seconds to serve. So in reality, you could somehow take about 23 seconds between points, but it definitely speeds play along. Day does bring a jump serve to the mix. Pinoy puts that over off her own dig. Thader. Woo, Emily Thader, 4 of 6.
Nice come by Thader, but what turned from such an awesome dig from Pinoy went to a free ball from Atlanta. That's going to separate this set. You do all the legwork. You have an amazing dig. There's no reason it shouldn't be attacked. And then it's free balled over. Of course, Omaha is going to get a kill off that.
Omaha never trailed in set 1, won it going away 25-21. Coutinho forced the tip. Stivrins again on it. That off blocker tip coverage. And a chisel from Cook, who's trying to fire her team up. See a lot from the veterans. They're really trying to bring some emotion to their sides when they need it.
Well, they're Olympians. Cook knows what it's like to perform under the brightest of lights, as big as pressure as it gets. She's that one this team has to rely on.
Winners to serve. Thader, Larson, Stivrins. An intimidating front row for Omaha. Stivrins delivers on that intimidation.
Cook going to the left with her approach, having to cut back in. That made it so easy for Stivrins to just stay put, wait, and jump. Walk straight down.
2017 national champion at Nebraska. Played pro with Athletes Unlimited until a knee injury. Recovered from that. Played in Italy. Has now found her home here with Love Volleyball at opposite. Coutinho. Woo. So physical when everything aligns. Number 20 way over the top.
Atlanta really has something special with Grubbs and Coutinho. These opposites have such a high meat on their hand with the ball.
Yeah, things are getting real crowded at opposite for Team USA and new head coach Eric Sullivan. He's got some decisions to make as Thader finally misses. There are decisions to make at every position, but of course there is only one opposite, and there are a lot of contenders right now who are still playing professionally and gaining experience. Coutinho, Babcock to throw a college kid in there. You're going to have a whole bunch of opportunities to select the player you want at that position. That block does find the edge of the court, and there's a point for Atlanta. First lead of the evening for the ATL.
Complete opposite story of last night. Atlanta sweeping Salt Lake.
Blossom, a little bit too far outside. Coutinho playing her spot. The blockers who are covering and playing D are making points. Stivrins on one side, Coutinho on this side, creating the opportunity for Day. Day creating her own opportunity, this time for Coutinho. Oh, but she's over. Just over out of the back row. Otherwise, that was perfect symbiosis.
And sometimes these back row players look like they're at the front because of where they land. They're taking up that much room for their approach.
Yeah, Danielle Coutinho checking in at 6'4" when she unfolds at top height. She's almost at the net out of the back row. Cleverly done by Kayla Hainline.
Good things are happening for Atlanta when Bug and Fairbanks run their offense through the middle. It's not giving Omaha enough time to set up that huge block they have.
Larson into the triple block. Hainline with the stuff. Played for the first time in 9 years in front of her grandmother, Kayla Hainline, when they played in Omaha. Originally out of Plattsmouth, Nebraska. That is one of the joys of this league, the opportunity to return home so everyone can enjoy your professional self in person instead of just in video. It is 11-8 here in set number 2. All of a sudden, the momentum has been captured by Atlanta. Paulo Coco imploring the troops. Positive momentum for the women in pink with another big stuff block here.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is non-stop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
I think when the coach was announced for LOVB Atlanta, I had a very fangirly moment, just because Paulo is such a historic coach and he's had so many incredible players. I'm really soaking up his training style and everything that he's teaching. He's such a teacher, a true teacher of the game. And so it's been short, but I am really just loving everything about playing for Paulo.
Not only was the focus of building this league on bringing some of the best players on the planet into the league right away, keeping the domestic stars who are some of the best players on the planet in the United States, it was also about bringing top flight coaching. Paulo Coco, very much a part of that, assistant on the national team since 2003. Such success on the Brazilian side. And if you look over, Marco Bonita, who was in our first match, same thing on the Italian side.
And it was so great when we're talking to Tom Haggard today, who's basically in charge of recruiting and getting those coaches over here as well, and traveling overseas, having meetings on meetings, getting to share his vision with these coaches. They were all about it, ready to get here.
Yeah, Tom Hogan was meeting with 5 athletes, then traveling a day, and then meeting with 5 athletes and some coaches. And eventually the tabloids, which are very much into volleyball there, it is a huge sport in Italy, got a hold of the fact that he was there and doing that as another back row attack as a success this time for Cook in Atlanta. The tabloids got a hold of it and they started calling him the Shark. They said the Shark was in Italy.
Yeah, Hogan said that he asked his assistant, what does this word mean? He said, you're the Shark now. You're in their waters, coming for their people.
Taking their players and coaches.
Not just the players, but the coaches. That's great.
Yeah. Oh, good high touch. National team defense right there. Off of Day's head, though. National team blocking there. Herrera with another one. A lot of Olympic rings on both of these two rosters. Dijkma, one of those elite members. Day, perfect pass in rhythm. Dug by Dijkma. Cook with the call, charging in. Oh, creative shot there from Coutinho.
I don't even think Coutinho thought that was going to be a kill. She was really keeping that ball in play. Over from behind her head. Little two-step approach right here, way off the net. But still making a drop.
Caught Winters off guard. And that puts Hainline at the line. Best server in Germany 2 seasons ago. Keeping Omaha off the net. Good to see Gia Day really getting a chance to show off. And we're going to have an undercall against Dijkma as she took off, violating that center line. Something happens to setters a fair amount of the time. Carpe diem for Gia Day. Line pull for Jordan Larson. Jordan Larson talked about the joy of waking up in her own home and the opportunity to go to a match, go to a practice, and spend all the time at her house.
And cooking for her teammates. Talk more about that later.
Yeah, she has a nice big house. And we were talking about to Dijkma about how has this gone for you, this transition, and who have you become friends with was the question.
And she said that Jordan Larson's really taken everybody under her wing. In the Americans, everyone come over to the Larsons. Dinner for all. We need to ask what she cooks.
That is, what's her go-to? Gia Day's go-to right now is offense and defense, benefiting her side, who now leads 16-10 in this second set. Their largest lead of the match. Just inside the block goes Winters.
A rare error by Tia Jimerson. It looked like when she was going in there, she was already taking her hands off the net. Usually she's very patient, finishes the full block before going back.
Coutinho on the left chips it. Too tight for a swing. Jimerson, little tap block for the point. That'll send Gia Day and her jump serve back to the line. Can she do some damage here? Entirely possible. Perfect pass. Tipped outside. Opportunity anyway. Bug scoops it to Pinoy. Looking for the high flat, and they knew it. Pull of the hands by Drevniak. That to me looks like a scouting report kind of play.
Well, and that's what Omaha had the chance to do. They're coming in with fresh legs. Already watched Atlanta's last night, figuring out their game plan, and now taking away different shots, especially from Cook.
Cook trying to do that chip down the line through the hands. Watch Drevniak. Even got the high pony out of the way.
And just because the block doesn't actually touch the ball, they're still having an effect. They're still making the hitter hit around them, taking the error.
Stiverin's in. She's been a blocking machine out there. Will she get an offensive opportunity? Yes, right away. And inside of Cook she goes. So if you're Paulo Coco, what's running through your mind right now? Early timeout, late timeout, what do we do? How many points?
That's the situation where Kelsey Cook had that error with the block, but Paolo knows she already knows how to fix it. That's where you let the players fix it themselves.
Wong-orantes with the dig. Cook on the other side with the dig. Coverage, Pinoy. Winters working hard to get outside. Day with a blast, does not find Thader, and it's another point. And Coco heads back for the timeout. 17-14 timeout called by Atlanta, so that is going to be a 4-1 run for Omaha.
Quick fire check, quick fire check. This side, you, this side of my voice, I need y'all to say, hey!
Mentioned the role that Jordan Larson is playing for that team, being the elder stateswoman of volleyball at this point, the 4-time Olympic medalist, one of every color, and having the opportunity to be at home in Nebraska, where she's from. She's from Hooper, Nebraska, started at Nebraska, an absolute legend there, been coaching there until just recently. She announced her resignation a few days before John Cook's resignation came about. Trying to decide what her exact role is in the world of volleyball, maybe the next step, but still loving playing.
And I'm sure she really wants to be present and enjoy where you're at right now, and it's hard not to get anxious ahead of things, especially when your whole life has been volleyball. You're just waiting for the next role. She's had a full plate for a long time.
Larson, dig out of the middle back. Wong-orantes scoops it. Thader just missed it. Missed contact. You know another great reason to be at home? Pets.
And I think Larson would agree.
It's difficult to take your pets overseas. It really is. And it's much easier to have them at home.
Oh my gosh, the wrinkles, I can't. And Miss Win. She could have just spelled it W-I-N. We know what you're doing, Jordan.
Where'd she find
She
her?
loves some Win.
Where did she find a calico bulldog? That's a special. Coutinho into the net. Oh, here comes Omaha. They have reversed the momentum, and Paulo Coco can feel it.
And we haven't talked about it much, but Atlanta is not having fresh legs, and most of these players live about an hour and a half from this gym. So to be at serve and pass, wait hours for the match, they're not rested like Omaha.
Well, they do get hotel rooms down here. The league taking care of them. They come down for the weekend, but it's a long journey to get here and a long weekend away from home for them on their home floor. They are all staying closer to their practice facility, which is with A5, one of the many love clubs across the United States, and forging that connection between these professional women and the young girls just joining the sport. It's more of a European system and an outstanding feature of this professional league. Thader, little ice cream cone, keeps it alive. Only to have it go off their arms and out of bounds. Jordan Larson thinks it might have hit the tape, but that generally catches some part of your arm. Club players here enjoying the action on a Saturday night. Need the Atlanta community to come on out and support this team and just see the level. That's the most important thing. For a long time, there's no way to see the level unless you happen to be on a junior national team. And that's very few people. Overpass. Put away.
This is the lead Atlanta cannot blow. They have worked so hard to get to the red zone first. And this is the most quiet Omaha has looked the whole match so far. Atlanta has to take advantage of the position they've earned.
Herrera's 4th kill on 8 swings. Hasn't been blocked, hasn't hit out. Thader into the net there. So far, the offensive leaders for Omaha pretty spread out. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 players with 4 kills. Thader included in that list. Daly Winters with 4, and they have so far shut down Jordan Larson for the most part, not hitting a high percentage. But Larson's team is on the comeback trail here. 19, that side out. Jordan Larson so far 2 kills, been blocked twice on 15.
Well, and Larson's also that X factor for Omaha, just like Haley Washington going in yesterday for Salt Lake. Didn't have too much production, but there was a spark every time she was on the court.
Drebniak front row, Dykma back in. Coutinho out of the middle back. Oh, that is a thing of beauty to watch.
Coutinho taking full advantage of the pick and coming down on the ball. That's how high she jumps, how high she reaches, looking like a full front row hitter.
Danielle Coutinho, 3 years on the BNL roster for Team USA. Started playing volleyball at 15 years old, which on the girls' side is really old. A lot of the girls started playing. Look at Justine Wong-orantes, started playing at 8. She spent 4 years on the 12U team before actually joining a real club of her own age.
And Coutinho, similar to Skinner, never played volleyball till 15 years old.
Net violation.
And the only reason Maddie Skinner, the right side on Austin, started playing volleyball is her older sister Avery, who was on the Olympic medal team in Paris, was playing. So it's really all to her sister, the fact that Maddie is where she is.
Avery having a breakout performance during the Paris Olympics. Gia Day, good pass once again. Jimerson shut down. Boy, the block was all over that.
Herrera and Winters fully camped out, ready for that one going through Jimerson. Not the best time for Maddie Bug to pick the middle. Trying to take advantage, though, of the great pass.
22-20. Omaha kind of grinding their way back into this second set. Second timeout called by Atlanta and Paulo Coco. A little consternation going on that side as they are facing down a surging Omaha team here in the second. And you have an opportunity to come face to face with all 6 teams. It's going to be the Love Classic coming up February 14th to the 16th. The in-season League One Volleyball Tournament. Winner take all in Kansas City. Each team guaranteed 2 matches, so come on out and see all 6 squads of stars. It'll be at Municipal Arena in Kansas City. Tell your volleyball Valentine you found the perfect gift. Your mom said she wanted to go.
Gilda gets what Gilda wants, okay, Kevin?
Fly, drive, caravan, whatever you got to do to get out to Kansas City in 2 weeks' time, 14th to the 16th. Drevniak can't take a swing at that one. Gia Day can take a cut, and it's a winner. Huge point for the home side.
Omaha's last lead in set 2 was 7-6. That is showing you how dominant Atlanta has been this second set. Gia Day going through that block, showing a confident play.
Maddie Bug back on. And delivering. Gia Day, the super sub for Atlanta. Way to seize control, 4 kills on 9 swings, and her team at a set point. Oh, they can't pull that one out. Net violation, 24-21. Still good control for Atlanta here, despite all the pressure from Omaha. They can side out for it. Where do you go here, Shelby? Who you setting? You're in row 1.
Coutinho.
On the left. Number 20.
I think right now Omaha's camping out on Jimerson.
Matched up with Drevniak and possibly Thader out of the middle. There it is. One-on-one and not over the top of the ball. Coutinho misses. 24-22.
Coutinho did have a wide open net, though. The issue was she was missing that snap in her wrist, which is an easy fix for her because of how high she is on the ball.
Third set point. Love Atlanta trying to even us at 1. Coutinho again, tip, picked up. Scoop by Dykma, someone's in the net. Doesn't matter, the ball goes down the Omaha side, 25-22. We are tied at 1 set apiece. We wondered how Atlanta would respond to being controlled in the first, a set in which Omaha never trailed. Well, it took Atlanta a few points, but with Kelsey Cook, Tessa Grubbs, and others, they grabbed control. Danielle Coutinho and Atlanta are tied at 1. back for set 3 here in Atlanta. I'll look at Atlanta coming back 25-22 behind the capable stewardship of number 23, Kelsey Cook. And Maddie Bug also playing a huge role in there. Her roommate, Kelsey Cook, is co-founder of By the Sun with Sarah Nimsich, a loungewear and swim brand. They just dropped their second run of sustainable, simple, easy-to-wear pieces, bringing form and function from small to tall. And this is born out of the fact that so many of the tall women that Kelsey knows, plays with across the world have such a hard time finding functional, usable pieces. Don't want to live in sweatpants all the time. They all have legs for days, long limbs, and have really had a hard time finding that kind of leisure wear, and she's filling a void.
Sounds like someone I know. Sitting to my left over here, the long legs, okay.
Yeah, it's not easy. I remember a story of one of the volleyball players ages ago on Team USA. Their luggage got lost when she was traveling by herself. Just gone, never saw it again. And she was super bummed because basically 10 years of clothing that she had built up was gone. And you can't find those pieces again. It's not like you just pull them off the rack. So Kelsey Cook, being an entrepreneur well outside of volleyball, trying to fill a niche. And she's a good follow on Instagram. Lots of good photography, lots of interesting thoughts about playing overseas, about life. Quite intentional about her surroundings and where she is at this stage in her life, a 3-time Olympic medalist. And where she is now is at the service line for Love Atlanta. Tied at 1 set apiece. Thanks for being with us here. Kevin Barnett alongside Shelby Coppage. Gateway Center Arena. Just outside the Atlanta airport, watching that ball get stuffed straight down by Kayla Hainline.
Hainline starting out the third set with a block, which Atlanta had 0 in that first set. Turned it around the second set. Now they're back out of the wash.
This is the rotation where they opened up 4-0 over Salt Lake last night. Is that in the cards again? Yes, maybe. There's an ace from Cook. It was a combination of plays and aces last night. That's what we have through 2 points in the third now.
Winters not backing up to make sure that ball was going out, and it drops perfectly in that corner.
Larson this time, perfect pass, and that frees up Winters. A little bit different rotational start here on the Atlanta side with Bug and Catino in the match. Coco getting a little hot. Yeah. That's best served in wintertime when there's snow, which there was a few weeks ago here. Hot Coco. It could get you a yellow card, though, here. Oh, he's saying there was an overlap, and she was out of position. He's talking about Jaylee Winters. Have to love the Brazilian passion, and there it is. Don't overheat your Coco. It'll turn yellow.
Did you make that up before the match? That was pretty good.
I'll be here till tomorrow morning, and I'll be back next week in Salt Lake. Back to play. Yellow card doesn't affect anything. That's merely a warning. Red card would actually be a point. His team sides out. Coco keeping his energy on his side this time, firing him up. He'll have the referees watching the rotations closely now. Hainline to serve. Drevniak, Doug. Second contact are all good, by the way, as long as it stays on your side. Bug, Catino, tip. Yes! 4-1 ATL.
Omaha resetting in the huddle. This is the most frazzled they have looked this whole match. I don't think they were frazzled for 1 point in that first set.
It's been light work for Susie Fritz to this point, hands in the pockets. We'll see if she has to come back with a little bit more, because it's 5-1 now.
Jimerson is so much fun to watch because she, you know, she loves scoring. She loves punishing her opponents, and she's so consistent when she does it.
Hainline down the line, ace, yes, for the one-time German League best server. Bringing her skills back to the United States. 6-1 has to be. There you go. Susie Fritz finally on the button. A complete reversal from the first set, where there was all sorts of trouble for the ATL. They are now completely in control of this third set, having tied the match at 1 apiece.
Hey, do you need a hand? Yeah. How many you got left? 2. Okay. Up. Okay, that's it, that's it. You said 2 more. You can do it. Come on. Yes, yes, yes. So close, so close. Oh, nice. Whew. Thank you. Oh, well done. I barely touched that. Nice to meet you, though.
Maddie Bug getting the start here in the third, regular feature in the 6'2", number 10 in the pink and blue. She's played in Europe for a number of seasons, along with setter Matt West, who is currently overseas. Said she was thinking about going back overseas and said, look, I built my name. I have a bunch of friends outside of volleyball. I'm not sure I can go back after this. But she felt like this timing, that she was meant to come back to the United States to finally play professional volleyball here.
And Maddie Bug has similar stories to a lot of different players here in the States that were either nervous to take the chance. We talk about Skinner not wanting to leave home, now having the chance to be in Austin, or other players who have been overseas for a long time. And even past that, Piana Pinoy, one of the best libros in the world here in Atlanta. We get to watch her in person.
9th season out of Stanford for Maddie Bug. As that ball is killed. One more interesting thing about Bug, she said, coming out of Stanford, I felt like I had to be part of something bigger. I had to do something outside of volleyball. There's a lot of pressure for that. And she said that, I think it was her boyfriend at the time, said, when they were talking about volleyball, you really love this. You really love volleyball. And it was kind of that moment that crystallized it for her that, yeah, this is what I love to do. This is where I love to be. And she has embarked on this incredible professional career that has brought her back to this point.
And this is doing something. She's a role model for a lot of players, a lot of them at the baseline behind Omaha right now.
That A5 club tied in with Love Atlanta. Getting a close-up look at a team that is leading right now dramatically 8-2 in the third set. All right, Dr. Coppage, you're getting a lot of calls here this weekend. What do you do with Omaha right now?
Well, first, the first touch. They're really out of system right now, and then they're not able to actually finish out the play, mostly with those touches on the block, too.
Right,
must have heard my prescription.
All right. They do listen to doctor's orders.
I'll be billing you, though, not them, so.
Double sub employed. Stivrins back to the front row. Lots of conversation between Thader and Justine Wong-orantes, setting up the block and D. Giudet looking for hands, finding a whole lot of air and an error.
Deep error.
They'll keep Blossom at the line. Jimerson covered by Day, doing the little things. Blasting through Coutinho.
Tough play for Omaha. 6 hands together. That triple block, just waiting for Coutinho. But you saw Winters talking to the middle. It looked like they were a little late to get together. That communication just wasn't really there.
If you just joined us, first set won convincing fashion, 25-21 by Omaha as that ball goes long. Second set response from Atlanta started at right about the 7-point mark. They picked up their first lead of the match at 8-7 and ran away with it 25-21. Took them 3 set points to close it out. We arrive here in the third, teams having switched sides. Omaha on the right-hand side in the green and blue. And on the left, the home side, Atlanta in the pink and blue. First meeting between these clubs.
6 kills for Tia Jimerson. She is doing such great things in the middle for Atlanta. Her consistency, her footwork, using the block in her favor, bringing that momentum to her side.
So a challenge at the net issued. 2 challenges per team per set, utilizing this Hawkeye replay system. You can challenge the final action, or you have to hit the button mid-rally. Here, the final action being challenged, you do retain the set, or pardon me, the challenge. And there was some net contact somewhere in there while that ball was still live. Question is, who was it?
Looks like Jimerson.
And I think Paulo Coco has observed that and already believes that he's going to lose his challenge. Waiting for the final word from our R1. That is the up official. Christian Kryzak communicating here with our replay official. There's a replay official on site for every Love volleyball match. We'll follow every play, every move. You see there in high definition and slow motion. In fact, net violation did get called.
Wrong again, at least I was. And you even saw Jimerson's face, but clearly Omaha was in the net first.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. Once somebody nets, that play's over. Doesn't matter what happens afterwards. The other intriguing thing is when the ball bounces up off of the blockers, the play is still live. Now Jordan Larson looking for an explanation, captain of Omaha. If nothing else, this kind of breaks some of the momentum for Atlanta, who has doubled up on Omaha. Right down the line, Omaha's in trouble. Wong-orantes, Stivrins, Nebraska connection. Right back, and kind of a slide move for the former middle.
And nice set from Wong-orantes. And she played at Nebraska in the day where coaches would look for libros that could give good sets to their pins.
Block again, Herrera. 5 stuff blocks in that first set were the huge deciding factor for the Omaha side.
Herrera getting all the momentum for her team, getting a push from her teammate after.
Yeah, 10 total blocks to just 6 now, but that 10 is a good number. Austin's leading the league with 3.6 per set. Omaha exceeding that at the moment, as we're only not even halfway through the third. (10-8). Paulo Coco again quick with the timeouts. He has called his first of this third set.
Omaha looking a lot more relaxed. They're putting the pressure back on Atlanta, taking it off their own shoulders, causing Paulo Coco to want that timeout, get his team back together. Haven't seen too much of Adams in the moment right now. Omaha taking advantage of that.
Tia Jimerson, number 14 in the background there, playing at middle blocker. Already 7 kills on 15 attempts and 2 blocks.
And Jimerson's that clutch player. She's that one you set when you are in trouble, and you are going to get the same thing from her every single time. She's robotic with her approach, with her swing, and that's exactly what you want. Setters want to know what they're going to get out, especially with their middles.
Georgia native out of The Ohio State University. Been working her way up the leagues. Most recently having played in Germany. That's live. Vader got it. It's good. Backslide winner. How do you like that as a choice from the setter, given what was going on the Omaha side?
Omaha was also trying to get back to the base.
Right.
So the fact that Atlanta put it back on their side to Hainline, she was already running that approach behind her setter. It was perfect. There was a lot of traffic going on at the right.
So Bug back to serve after more floor maintenance. And Omaha certainly taking their time, because normally if you want to get moving forward, you'd be putting your shoes in there, you'd be wiping it up.
Oh, they know what they're doing.
Sneaker stuff. Yeah, this is some slow play.
It's like when I was in the 8th grade club and I would untie my shoe before the other team served.
You were that person, huh? Ace serve, that delay didn't work. Maddie Bug issues the winner.
Atlanta playing like they're in their home gym finally, because Omaha was taking over when they first walked in.
Different kind of serve, almost the same result. Free ball coming. Pinoy, Bug, back row Day, no touch. Out of bounds.
Day's really looking for those hands right now. She likes putting that ball really deep, testing out the block. Right now, Omaha's just letting that fly out.
Dykma, Drevniak back in off of this miss from Atlanta.
And again, not much snap going on right here. And also, Herrera was coming down, so you were never going to touch her hands.
Coutinho playing her spot. Good pass. Wong-orantes with the dig. And the jam down the line. The master of the off-speed shot, number 10.
Larson, one of the many things she's the master at that jam, and reading the defense, seeing that the wing was nowhere near that line, going to cut that ball off. Right here, you see how pulled up Maddie Bug is, taking advantage of that corner.
Drevniak in that row one is going to run all the way around, but it won't matter as the ball finds the net. A lot of work goes into trying to get those opposites over to the right side. Is that more important with a left-hander?
I would think so. But then you see other teams have a lefty on the outside.
Danny Drews.
There you go.
Ace service back the other way. Larson collects yet another ace. She's been applying some service pressure. That'll be her second ace of this match. Remember, she started that run right away. It was 4-0 Omaha in set one. Coutinho high over the top. Just getting used to seeing that.
And Coutinho, even when the block is set up well against her, she still has that reach to where she could come down over you. So it's really up to the backline defense to also have the correct read.
The Indianapolis native again showing off here and showing up in this match. At 14-13, Atlanta clinging to a lead that once was 8-2. Day jams it through.
We talked about just a few points ago, Day was going for those high hands, really hard hits, changing it up, reading the block, a tiny split, and going with that jam right through.
I think Drevniak got that one maybe in the nose, coming through her arms. All right, double sub coming on. First time in the set. Fairbanks to serve, Grubbs to the front row. Let's see if Grubbs can get going offensively here. Even more, 4 of 13 currently. Net violation will negate the soft touch transition opportunity.
Omaha slowly building that momentum again. It started with that confidence from Jordan Larson's ace. And again, that's one of those plays similar to a block that can put your team up on a run.
Deep service let go. Pinoy listening to her teammates.
Pinoy and Coco, what a match. He's up against the line. You know he's yelling in or out.
Yeah, what do you think about the coaches being able to wander around so close to the action? Paulo Coco's practically on the floor right now. He's in left front.
We already saw what happens when the refs try and tell Paulo Coco what to do.
Well, do you like it or not that the officials, the coaches can be that much in the play?
Oh, I'm not.
From a player perspective.
I would be fine with it. Yeah, I think it's, I think he can see things that are going on, and I don't think he's trying to be in the way. I think he's actually getting data. He's trying to see if the ball's in or out. What do you think?
I hate
Your
it.
perspective.
I hate it.
I knew you would say it. You also hate middle blockers, so.
Well, I mean, hate's a strong word for the blockers themselves. I hate the rule. That would be accurate.
I know.
That coaches can be on the floor messing around. Go sit down. Your work is done for the moment. We can have a timeout, but let us play.
I think a lot of collegiate coaches do that same thing, though, whether they're supposed to be there or not.
I just think there's too much chatter, yelling, motion, and a lot of input from a coach during a play. I don't want a coach in my ear while I'm trying to hit a high ball.
And especially with the pros, a lot of the coaches have said that they don't even really need to tell them what to do, that they already know how to correct it themselves.
All right, well, challenge here. Tessa Grubbs looking for a touch, and looks like she's going to get it off of Jordan Larson there.
Pretty obvious pinky movement from Larson.
And Larson knows, so Susie Fritz, actually Susie Fritz is violating the rules right now. She's completely on the floor.
Susie is about to go on and set. She's right back. She's ready to go. Put me in, coach. Calling her own number.
Why don't we just put the coach in middle back? They can call in or out. They'll love it. 17-15 Atlanta off that challenge. Stivrins running that slide once again, dug up. Cook, yes, got enough of it. Good bounce into the middle, open space.
Nice eye by Cook reading that block from Omaha. It looked like they were going straight up rather than pressing over the net, and she decides to go off the hands, knowing it's going to drop right in front of them.
5th kill into positive territory for Cook offensively. Both the Olympians have seen a lot of keying on, a fair amount of service. Another backslide. Jimerson with the pause, and yes, the high snap winner from the one-time MVP in Switzerland. Tessa Grubbs, another kill, her side to lead, 19-15, timeout Omaha.
It felt like we hadn't said Grubbs' name for a minute there in the third set because she is such an X factor when she is in, mainly because of her production numbers. It's almost like every time she's set, it is a kill. And that righty on the right side, she's so comfortable crossing her shoulders and snapping her wrist with the high swing.
Yeah, 6'3", using all of that length, Tessa Grubbs, who earned the starting spot over Danielle Catino. Kind of been back and forth here as most of this set was Maddie Bug and Danielle Catino in, who's been playing well offensively and providing a lot of pop. Catino with 9 kills on 22 swings, hitting 270, so she is the top opposite in an Atlanta uniform this evening thus far. But Grubbs on multiple other occasions has been carrying that mantle of top opposite.
And we're not seeing Mackenzie Adams. That was the key to the match, was how can Omaha contain her. She has not been a factor in this third set against Omaha.
Good touch in the middle. Transition, Hainline not there. Got to go outside. Cook tries to scoop it over the top. Larson trying to chisel and finds Hainline's left forearm. Vader with the dig. A little bit too tight, but it works anyway from the ground. Candelaria Herrera.
Herrera not even jumping or hopping an inch off the ground, still getting the kill. All in her reflexes and reaction. Knowing exactly where to go over the net.
That'll keep Vader at the line once again. Her team down 2. Fairbanks, beautiful hand shape to deliver that one to Cook. There's the high flat.
And Winters was so far pulled in with her middle back base that even though there was a touch, big touch on the ball from Cook's hit, there was no way Winters could have gotten that ball up.
Bug and Coutinho are back. Can they be the closers? Larson forced to tip. Cook running around and got it. Cook another dig. And then a reaction block. Atlanta doing work.
The crowd is loving this from Danielle Coutinho. We talk about her offense all night, but she has that defense too. She is so patient and she reads getting your face in your hands.
Backslide, pure backslide that time to Stivrins for the winner. So Omaha gets their side out, but they have a little bit of work to do here in the red zone for Atlanta now 21. Dykma back in, Drevniak as well. Dykma dig, Drevniak just off the bench. 2 swings in a row, second one's a tip. Cook once again with the defense. And a little push for the win. Kelsey Cook, we talked about her being kind of a 0 offensively at the moment. Just into positive territory, but she has been everywhere defensively at the end of this set.
Defense turning to offense, getting Danielle Coutinho her 10th kill.
Never mind the aces too last time. Again applying some pressure here. More defense from 23. Nice left hand by Winters. Drevniak is wide.
It's always frustrating when a teammate has an awesome, huge dig. What a play that was from Winters. The one-hand dig right to target just to have your teammate hit it out.
Cook, the creator. Larson just inside of Coutinho. This hugely important third set. Is Omaha close enough? Day mishandled. She'll take a big cut anyway. Winters is stuffed. That ball way off the net, a misconnection. And we now have a set point for Atlanta, looking for a 2-1 lead. They took them 3 last time. They have a similar cushion this time. They'd rather not use it. Trying to close. Wong-orantes stops it the first time. Jam. Hainline. Coutinho. Still alive. Day takes a cut, and it's wide. And Palu Coco, he's been on the bedside table for a bit. He's cooled down. Said the ball was out. Side out. Where'd he go? Who you setting?
I've been trying to go to Catino. She can do no wrong right now.
She's on the right front.
Jimerson's been very clutch as well, but Catino's done a really good job at getting past the blocks.
All right, how do you scheme your block here? You've got Winters, Thader, and Drevniak.
Well, if it was me, I would be waiting out for Catino a little bit more. Maybe push out to the left, cheat a little bit if you're Drevniak. But then again, that's where Bug might go with Jimerson.
All right, so you can leave Drevniak on an island a little bit and shade Thader towards Catino?
Yes.
All right. We'll see if that is the plan here. Looking for a center line fault. I don't know that I would have challenged in this scenario. You've got a lot of space. You have the momentum. You've been playing well. I just go for another play. I don't like the slowness of this whole thing.
It definitely kills the momentum for the set entirely on both sides.
Yeah, Dijkman and Coco having a conversation. I don't know that they're going to get much out of this. We'll see. Yeah, here in a center line violation, you're going to have to cross with your whole foot. But is there a net violation? Would be another question, but we have an indication of a center line violation. And now it's an indication for a net fault. But the ball cannot cause a net fault. The ball goes into the net and then hits you. That's not going to be a fault. It used to be in the old days you could actually put your hand up against the net and the ball would hit your hand and then go to the ground. That's a dumb play in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of that.
I would have thought you would have been.
But now apparently they're going to call a net fall. I have not seen it here. On the elbow on the way down. There it is. Good focus by our crew. Didn't see the left elbow initially of Jaylee Winters. On that initial jump, she drags her elbow into the net, and then play continues.
Jordan Lawson and Paolo exchanging words under the net too.
Well, the initial indication was different on our screen here in the arena as to what the challenge was.
It seems like Paolo Coco has a soft place in his heart for Cook, because every time she gets in the middle of things, he seems to just calm down a little bit.
So the scoreboard has advanced for the moment, but the players are going nowhere. I hate this on so many levels. One, that it's taking for quite a long time. Two, that there was a challenge at all. As a coach, I would have let it just flow. Let it go. You're up at that point 24-20 still, and you're on side out. You're going to side out. You've been playing quality volleyball. Instead, it has now been a delay, which is not characteristic of the challenge system, which has been averaging 20 seconds for a resolution, which has been excellent.
And this slows down everything. So no matter who gets that next set, it's going to be a few points till you get that energy back that you had.
Yeah, there's been a fair amount of confusion as to what the challenge even was. So here we go. Point Omaha, 24-20. I think the communication of what the challenge was probably the question. You can't challenge the wrong thing and then end up somehow winning. How about change your challenge halfway through? Set point once again, Atlanta, second chance. To Coutinho as expected. And did the delay matter? We don't know. That ball is waffled out of bounds, and Paolo Coco will call a timeout. We'll have a further delay. It is now 24-21. Third set point upcoming.
Coutinho did have that wide open net, just missing that snap in the wrist, causing that ball to go down. And yes, hitters want to have that touch on the block, but there really was not a blocker right in front of her that it looked like she was aiming at.
Well, it's been a little slow here to end set number 3, but we will be moving forward with set number 4 at some point, as well as next week. Wednesday night, 8 Eastern, Austin hosts Houston. Houston coming in at 3-2 off a sweep of Madison. On Friday, the action gets started in Salt Lake City. LOVB Salt Lake hosts Atlanta, 7 p.m. at the Maverick Center. And then week 5 finishes strong with a doubleheader in the Beehive State. Madison, Atlanta, Salt Lake, Omaha. Will this serve resolve set 3? Day, good pass, she'll get it back. And she misses. 4th set point upcoming. No more timeouts for Paulo Coco. If you're Bug, you've gone opposite, you've gone outside. I might commit on the middle now. Roll shot goes down.
The hit you are not expecting from Danielle Coutinho, the big swinger on the right side. But she knows that Omaha is expecting that from her. And instead of trying to get those hands, she goes right in the middle.
What was otherwise a smooth and dominant performance from Atlanta has kind of a disjointed ending. They never trailed in the set. It was tied just once, and they win 25-22. League One Volleyball is presented by Adidas and by the Love Classic. Tickets available now for the Love Classic, February 14th to 16th. Head on over to LOVBclassic.com for more details. Beautiful site of Atlanta, gem of the South. And the fans showing up here at Gateway Center Arena for night number 2 of action, enjoying a beverage and some volley. Kevin Barnett alongside Shelby Coppage as we get ready here for set 4. The home side controlled that set Do you think the way that third set ended matters at all for the way this set begins in terms of momentum?
I would normally think yes, but we are watching the best of the best in the world. So you would think that these players are not going to let that roll in the end of that third set affect them.
All right, so these are not college kids, is what you're getting at.
Exactly.
Seasoned professionals like Kimberly Drevniak.
I mean, but even watching Omaha, at one point, Kimberly Drevniak was clapping her hands like, all right, let's get it going. You know how you do when you're bored at home, so you never know. Interested to see how they come out to start with.
Out of Valve, Germany, Drevniak, some of the international talent that's been brought to this league and paired with women returning home who've been professionals in Europe for a number of years. Emily Fader included in that list, now in her 9th season. Outside, Gia Day reaches up over the top. Another pro, long-time pro, who played her collegiate ball at Michigan.
The fact that Atlanta never trailed the third set is what's most impressive to me because of how much energy Omaha had in that first set. They were completely owning Atlanta in the momentum category.
All right, I'll issue an apology to husband Daniel for Gia Day, sorry. From Michigan, played at Maryland, then Baylor to get it right, as that shot is a winner for Jordan Larson, who grew up in Nebraska and played in Nebraska and has been dominating the world since.
This is the first time I've ever seen Jordan Larson play in person. So
wow.
I was really, really excited for this one.
Wow. So Kelsey Cook was fangirling for Paulo Coco, and you were fangirling earlier.
Don't tell her, that'd be cool.
Gotta be cool. That ball can't be handled. We're off to a tight start here in the third.
It is funny hearing that about Kelsey Cook fangirling Paulo Coco because, like I said, he was getting really heated, and she was the one to talk to him. He was clearly listening to her, so it's nice for her that he really cares about her input.
Pace to the outside. Cook again with the dig. Tipped by Coutinho, telegraphed and into the net. 2-2. Home crowd coming alive here. Local time on the East Coast. We're at just after 9 o'clock. We got off to a little bit of a late start after a 5-set thriller with Austin and the SLC. That's Salt Lake City. That went overtime in one set and ended 15-12 in favor of Salt Lake, who trailed 2-1 and fought off 2 match points. Winning at the net this time is Omaha, and wow, their energy is back. This is first set kind of energy.
Honestly, really wondering if Atlanta is going to put Mackenzie Adams back in because she is also another X factor that's contagious to energy on the court.
Yeah, Gia Day, 8 kills, 7 total errors on 20. Day was a revelation when she first came in. She is back to serve and could generate some pressure from that spot. No aces yet, but she has a powerful jump serve as number 77. A little too much there. And Paulo Coco is headed towards the bench. Keep an eye on him. No movement yet in the bullpen. Larson, perfect dig. Working off the block, Kelsey Cook. 7th kill for Cook, and her hitting percentage is climbing.
Even when Kelsey Cook is out of system, she still somehow manages to get the kill. Running off the court, like, I meant to do that. Outside, a little awkward how she comes down. Thankfully, she's all right.
That is the danger zone under the net there for volleyball players. Everyone needs to stay on their side to save each other's ankles. Jimerson, all tied at 4. That ball's tight. Redirected, a lot of players there. Wong-orantes. And here's the thing with Day. She's passing at a high level. She's making defensive plays. Much like Kelsey Cook, they're generating opportunities for Coutinho to get up and take some cuts. As she does here, completing another kill. Danielle Coutinho in double figures now with 12. A lot of open net that time. Number 33 subbed into the match. Maddie Kubik Banks now. You may remember her from her Nebraska days. 6'3" outside hitter. Played in Puerto Rico and in Italy following her outstanding collegiate career. Justine Wong-orantes with the dig. Again to the 3-3. Pinoy, clever right hand and looking for hands. Got him, yes indeed. Kelsey Cook.
Excuse me. Vader was really putting on the show that there's no way that ball touched her hands. You can see that spin that Cook was going for with the fingertips.
Another dig from Pinoy. What'll Cook do this time? Deep corner, dug up. Wong-orantes seen that in the practice gym. Cook, another dig. No kill this time. No. Coutinho instead gets it.
Omaha completely out of system, and Coutinho punishing Larson, who's trying to get back to your base. Look at this huge hole for Omaha. Easy decision for Coutinho. She knows Larson's going left, she puts it right.
Beautiful soft touch, hands from Pinoy, but it's Coutinho bringing it down into the block. Kubik. Kubik banks with the block. A little bit of extended action for her. Tremendous amount of U.S. national team junior experience. Will she be another woman entering the USA gym with Eric Sullivan? Pushing it through, Kayla Hainline, who got her first shot with Team USA in the last year.
All strength for Hainline because Thader was right there on the block, but somehow Hainline hit so hard she's able to break that block in front of her.
Vader will serve and play left back. Working on Day. Day hits her way out. Inside the 3-woman block.
Day going with the classic snap, making that ball drop right behind the 10-foot line. Not worried about getting that high touch, but it's all about placement, going for that left back.
Day with her 9th kill, 8 for Cook, 13 for Coutinho as she's kind of wound up that spot, and there's an ace from Hainline.
Hainline not just getting an ace, but on Justine Wong-orantes. I don't know what could be more good for your self-confidence to ace USA libero.
A lot of movement on that thing. Little Phil Necro, second ace for her, and make it 3. I think you're probably looking at a timeout if you're Omaha. Back-to-back aces, trailing by 4, and there it is. Could have gone one more to the technical timeout, but instead Susie Fritz has seen enough, doesn't want her team down 5. Kayla Hainline, if you didn't know her before, you know her now. Sneaky good, experienced pro player. Being a benefit to Atlanta, trying to close out Omaha here, an issue. Omaha, their second straight loss. It's 11-7 in the 4th. We'll be back to Atlanta for the second half of this set in just a second.
Hey, do you need a hand? Yeah. How many you got left? 2. Okay. Up. Okay, that's it. You said 2 more. You can do it. Come on. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, so close, so close. Oh, nice. Whew. Thank you. Oh, well done. I barely touched that. Nice to meet you, though.
4th set. Atlanta leads. Gives us a chance to look back at our Adidas scouting report. How has this played out, Shelby Coppage?
Not the way we thought it would. Mackenzie Adams was the player of the match last night against Salt Lake, and currently right now she is on the bench for whatever reason. Paulo Coco is messing with the lineups right now, and also Fairbanks is not in either. She did a good job at calling her own number. She was in originally early today, but now right now, again, different lineups. Maddie Bug in at the setting role right now, talking to Cook. Different lineups than we saw last night for Atlanta.
Mainline back-to-back aces necessitating the timeout. Another tough serve, almost a third. Kubik got that right hand out there and then got a punch from Jordan Larson.
The perfect way to come out from a timeout. Completely in system, running that fast tempo offense.
So much Nebraska talent and legend on the court at once. Maddie Kubik-Banks, along with Jordan Larson, Justine Wong-Orantes, and Lauren Stivrins. Stivrins now out, double sub back in, and they cannot come up with that one. International flair replacing some of that other flair. Drebniak will run herself around the backside of the passers. That's where I might serve in the kind of 6-1 deep to try and pick her off, or at least create a bunch of traffic for her and force them to go left side.
Speaking of scouting report, Rachel Fairbanks back in at the service line.
All right, double sub deployed. Grubbs in the front row. Ball too far. The net violation trying to hold that was Dijkma, and hopefully no contact. Looks like everyone's okay. Now one of those dangerous plays and the ball is tight to the cable. Same rotation. Fairbanks at the line. Larson going high, catching Pinoy. No. Pinoy doing enough of the matrix, according to our initial call.
Pinoy somehow able to dodge that ball because her left foot was right on the line. She knows if it's above my hips, this ball is going out.
So again, some confusion with the communication as to what exactly is happening post-play here. Whether the team feels there's a touch or not. You normally have 8 seconds to call a challenge or not. And a challenge now indicated. Kelsey Cook might be wondering why that went so long before the challenge was issued. So this would be a back row touch. Pinoy trying to get out of the way of that attack.
Originally, I thought she did touch it. I thought it grazed her shoulder.
Here's a replay. Your official review. Question is, does it graze her on the way out?
I'm not sure from that angle
It's
we'll
a
be
hard,
able to
yep.
discern anything.
That's a really hard view to see.
Now remember, the officials can zoom in, super slow-mo. They have a lot of options that we may not see till the end of the point. Ooh, this might give us a look.
Oh,
There
down
you
her
go.
skin.
Excellent job.
I did think it touched it.
All right.
I just didn't say it
Omaha
right away.
ball. At least according to that, it looks like a touch.
It does.
But both teams still arguing. So, all right, that's a touch.
Well, you can see her skin absorbing the ball.
Yep.
And I think she knows she touched it. She's hugging her teammate, laughing.
Yeah, that's outside of the sleeves. So she felt it.
I need that kind of zoom on my phone camera. That's what I need.
And all right. Truth reigns. Correct decision made.
Your muscles are too big. That's all they said. That's all that means. Your muscles are too big. That's it.
We didn't have to have a Jets and Sharks situation, but you can build some rivalries with some bad calls, that's for sure. All right, a little rotation check to make sure that Jordan Larson was up to serve. That'll put Maddie Kubik-Banks up into the front row. Join the match in this 4th set with Herrera and Drevniak. Soft tip, Drevniak offhand. Good pickup. Good opportunity here. Banks, no. Covered. Herrera. Oh, to the bick off the bump. Calling for it was Cook. No topspin, no touch, no point. 13-10.
What a power hit from Cook. Very close to the hands. That's an aggressive error that Paolo, I would assume, won't get too mad at. Probably should not assume that, though.
That ball hooks wide right. 14-10. Gia Day, last time out of bounds, pretty long. See what she can dial up here. A lot of space right in front of her to that 4-5 area. Here in front of Kubik-Banks. Everyone charging for that. Justine Wong-Orantes got it. Pinoy. Couple of excellent libero plays, but no, an aggressive swing saves it. Yeah, your position matters.
Pinoy running over to Coco, getting 2 high fives after that play. Fully earned. Looked like there might have been some sweat that Fairbanks fell on or just collided with Pinoy, but stayed in the play. And Pinoy, again, not just getting the up, but getting it right on Fairbanks' forehead. There's the high five, the low five.
Have to make sure everyone's okay, get the floor cleaned up. Pinoy with another saving play. That ball well long.
And Atlanta has earned a pretty steady lead that they cannot afford to give to Omaha. It's so important to be the first one to get to that red zone.
High heat coming. Kelsey Cook with authority.
Cook picking on Herrera, the middle back in the left back role for that run rotation, but Herrera's done a really good job of putting her body in the way of the ball. Not worrying about her form too much, but trying to get that ball up in the air.
Cook 9 kills, 14 digs, creating. Drevniak down the line. Latino leads with 14 kills. And actually update now, 10 kills, 14, so double figures both for Kelsey Cook as the stats update just behind play, 16-12, Atlanta with the lead. Fader a little too far for Stivrins. Pinoy overhead. Looking for hands, did she find them? No. Another point Atlanta, 17-12.
Kubik-Banks hitting now, she's kind of falling backwards, so really her best option was to try and get the hands. If she rolled it, it would have been picked up, but still playable.
Coutinho and Bug return. Their team up 5, up 2-1. Quick action to Fader. Been a while since we had Emily Fader collecting a kill. 6 kills now for number 2. Perfect pass put over. Blossom with the dig. Pinoy, another dig. Coutinho kind of telegraphing those tips. And the eventual battle with the net won by the women in green.
Nice ups by Gabby Blossom. Setter's doing a really good job at staying in the play defensively, and Jordan Larson being safe, not trying to be too aggressive, just staying off the net, getting it over.
Benoit, perfect pass. Coutinho stretches out. Got it. That was every little bit that she had of elasticity.
Larson cutting off wong-orantes, which is probably the last person you want to cut off, but that's what this team does. You go in the middle, whoever gets it first.
Already some aces here for Cook. She goes deep. Little paintbrush ball, never good. Another tip and another winner for Coutinho. 15 kills for Danielle Coutinho. You're going to add in a couple of blocks for an outstanding 16-point performance in that 6-2. Although been left for much of the last couple sets. Got a soft touch there. Do you give it back to her? Yes, you do. A little bit early by number 20.
Rare error by Coutinho, because she is that opposite that is very efficient, consistent. You always know what you'll get with her, but everyone hits it out here and there.
Yeah, prior to that swing, cleaning up a lot of opportunities. She's hitting 257 in efficiency. That number's going to go down a little bit. But you get a chance to have it go back up. Middle doing libero things. Thader with the dig. Can she get another? No, she cannot. Cook also in those double figures now, 11 kills.
Kelsey Cook absolutely flying in from the back, and it looked like that she was moving over, falling to her left, but dropped that thumb, forced it to go down to the left back.
She and Gia Day account for 22 kills. Pardon me, 22 digs, as that ball is out of bounds. Double sub coming. Off the block, out of bounds. Omaha ball, 20-16. Gia Day with a kill. Atlanta creeps closer, not giving up points. Love those first ball side outs. Is this a must-have side out right here for Omaha?
It absolutely is, because Atlanta is past that red zone point. Omaha still at 16. If Atlanta can be efficient, it's going to be really hard for Omaha to rally right now.
Grubbs back in. She has just that one miss, 6 of 16, hitting .312. That's a nice number. Fairbanks. Drevniak, long run and a return off the edge of Day.
Drevniak can find the hands of the blocker in front of her, even when she's so far off the net. That set was not tight whatsoever. She still gets the tool because of how good she places that ball.
7 kills for the German national. And look, Shelby, you're out there.
Oh, you don't want to compare Tia Jimerson to 8th grade Shelby. I won't tell her you said that.
Shoes
I
only.
bet you her shoe really wasn't tied.
Shoes only. Fairbanks at the controls for Atlanta. Steadies, delivers to her opposite. Does she go back again? No, into the middle. Jimerson, yes! 22-17.
Fairbanks going back to Jimerson after giving her a little bit of a break once Omaha's block started getting onto her. Coutinho taking more attention.
Day takes it. If you can consistently do that, then there's a contract waiting for you. I think Laura Dykma actually hit back-to-back recently in a match. Gia Day collects a lucky one there.
That serve might be the #1 serve where there was 0%, negative 100% chance anyone was going to be able to touch that.
Right, when you're looking at the whole card cam, the percentage was 0.
Completely. I don't care who you are. Jordan Larson, whoever it is, no one's touching that ball.
No.
Wide open at the left front, getting the net to be on your side. If she could do it twice in a row, I need this on Sports Center.
Was that a penguin dance? What was that? Gia Day, we're going to check in with you, whether that was an animal-related dance or not. Shake of the shoulders, her team 2 away from the win here, and they have won the serve and receive battle, at least in the aces category, 7-2 in favor of Atlanta. A lot of them coming later in this match as it's worn on. It's been an exceptional afternoon of volleyball into the evening here in Atlanta. Weekends with Love Friday night, and then a doubleheader on Saturday. Another one coming next week. It'll be in Salt Lake City at the Maverik Center. Come and join us. Gia Day, her team 2 away. A crawler last time. Transition chance. Pinoy. Cook. Nice cover by Pinoy. Off the hand, straight down on the side of Atlanta.
Kubik Banks is full of these statement plays, whether they're her blocks going straight in your face, huge kills. She has been that clutch player for Omaha in this 4th set.
Trying to get to a match point, Atlanta. Do you go to Grubbs or do you go to Cook on the pins? Grubbs is not the answer. Gia Day was out of the back row. There are no double contacts as long as the ball doesn't go over the net on that second contact. Working off the block. Kelsey Cook has her team on the verge of victory. Match ball number 1. Quick pass, Drevniak inside the block. Second match ball, plenty of room here for Atlanta to close it on their home floor. Atlanta looking to go 2-0 on the weekend. A sweep of Salt Lake City. Will it be a 4-set victory now? Long set, Grubbs stuffed for the moment. Wong-orantes with an excellent dig. High hands winner. Not yet. And Paulo Coco calls timeout, looking at the 3rd match point opportunity. Atlanta has not closed strong at the end of any one of these sets. They lost the first 25-21. They never led. They trailed 4-0 from the start. As Kubik Banks gets the high hands and off Gia Day there. In the second set, Atlanta won 25-21, but it took them 3 set points to close. They would win the third 25-22, 4 set points to close. Here they're on their 3rd. Home crowd on their feet. Home crowd taking some joy. Atlanta has won 4 straight and dropped just 1 set on the weekend in front of their home crowd. Excitement reigns here at the Gateway Center Arena. Teams will shake hands. Final performances, Danielle Catino, 16 kills, 18 total points. Those 16 kills plus 2 blocks for the opposite, Kelsey Cook, 13 points, and a lot of plays that won't show up in that stat alone. 12 kills, 14 digs. An excellent performance all around by Atlanta, holding court here. They end up with 7 aces and only gave up 2 to the visiting Omaha team. Susie Fritz brings her club in. In a losing effort, Candelaria Herrera has 12 points. Jordan Larson has 12 points. Kimberly Drevniak with 9. Lauren Stivrins with 9. And they have lost 2 straight there at Omaha after a strong open. So Omaha will go to 3-2. And let's go to Shelby with Danielle Coutinho.
Danielle, 16 kills. It seems like you were always changing up your shots. How are you deciding where to put the ball?
I just think that Omaha has like a really good block and defensive system, so we just really had to change it up because they adjust really well. So I just think keeping a bunch of shots in our toolkit helped us. So
it was a close first set, but it seemed like Omaha had all the energy. What was the team's message after that first set?
This was our first double game, and so we just knew that the fatigue was going to get us, and so we just knew before the weekend even started that everyone had to have hands on deck, and that was just really like, we just wanted to give energy wherever it was needed, and I think we did that really well.
Thanks, Danielle. Congrats.
Thank you.
Perhaps getting off the court in 3 against Salt Lake really helped their energy level tonight as they win again in 4. Love Atlanta now 4-1 and standing alone atop the Love Volleyball standings with that 4-1 record. Omaha 3-2, Houston 3-2. We're looking forward to another weekend of action. Houston and Austin will be back on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then on Friday, the action will get started in Salt Lake City. That's your weekend with Love. Salt Lake will come in at 3-3, and they will host Atlanta on a Friday night. Another rematch there. Then Madison taking on Atlanta on Saturday, and Salt Lake closing it down against this Omaha team about this time next weekend. Our winner tonight, Love Atlanta in 4 sets. Drop the first, come all the way back to win 3 straight. Join us again as League One Volleyball continues next week, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. For my broadcast partner, Shelby Koppich, and our entire crew here in Atlanta, thanks for watching League One Volleyball. We'll see you again.